Okay, it's Wax again. Another video. First, I'm not done with the drum processing yet. There's a number 4 coming up. I also have another video that I'm gonna be excited to show you guys. That's gonna be coming up too. It's gonna be a preview video. Then I'm gonna have a video that explains the whole thing, but that's for a later date. Today we're gonna talk about advanced jacking, and to jump right into this, advanced jacking techniques. Basically what it is chordal jacking. And as you can see over here, I got my chords in the key of C to B. So that's chromatically from C to B. Like I said, it's chromatically C, C sharp, D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G, A flat, A, B flat, B. So that's right up chromatically from C to B. And I basically, like when it says C, I picked all chords that were in the key of C. It didn't matter. I just picked chords that sounded good to my ear. And I'm going to play those for you. I picked 16 of them. Now those are the 16 chords. The way I set it up was, of course, it was like a step record thing. I did 3840 to give me a nice sustain on the chord. So that's 3840 is 2 bars. I think I set it to the duration was like 67%. As you can see, it stops there. Now the way when I set it up in C, how I got the C sharp was, I put this on because it ends at 3301. I set this up here to 3301. It's a copy and paste thing to the next line here. When I copied and pasted, let me just show you real quick. And just right click. I went transpose. I did +1. That gave me a C sharp. And I just did it on and on. +2 is a D. +3 E flat. And just did it till I had it chromatically done. And then that way, if I want a different key, I just solo it out. Let's go to another key. Another key. So basically, when you have those chords that you like and you have them in different keys, when you're trying to do a song, you can go to the key that you want. And when you figure out chords that you want, all you do is, like, let's say you like this. I'm gonna do a song. And you say, I'm feeling that chord there, and you want to jack it. You go to sample. Since this is an internal MV patch, I'm gonna go to resample. I'm gonna do it on the play. Stop triggers on the beat. The beat's 8 because it's 2 bars there. I'm gonna hit start, play, It's going to automatically stop. And bam, there it is. Then you can assign it to a pad. And you can pick chords out, assign them to pads, and play them how you like. But this way, when you had the MIDI set up for the chords, you know, it doesn't matter what instrument you have under it. Like, let's see here. This is actually an internal patch. But also on A1, I got the MIDI going out to my Korg Z1. Okay, where is that at? Oops. And that way, if you want to change patches to a different sound, you know, you can as long as you got the output going back into your MV, you can just sample them. So I mean, that's pretty much that. Let's say you don't like the octave. Let's go down here. Let's say this chord here. You don't like the octave that's in. All right, it's a B flat. Say you want it lower. All you do is you click here. And you're going to transpose it down whole octave, which is it's 12. Then you hit execute. I mean minus 12. And now when you play it, it's just like that. Done. And then you sample it. Let's set it back. So you can do whole songs like that. Changing octaves and you know, picking out chords. The way you pick chords out, I mean, there's books. There's literally thousands upon thousands upon thousands of chords and voicings and stylizations. I mean, you can get a book on neo soul, on rock, on jazz, Baroque style chords. I mean, any style that you want to use. And I mean, the hard part is just putting them in. You put them in how you can get them in. You step them in. You play them in. You get somebody else to play them in for you. But however, I mean, there's MIDI stuff that you can like play a chord and get it in there. But however you got to get it in, you know, you put your chords in that you like to sound good to you. And this is how you go about jacking them. Let me see. Let's go back up here. Turn this up. All right. Now let's say you want to arpeggiate that. The way I arpeggiate it is open up my drum grid. I'm going to scroll down and get the lowest note. Okay, there it is. I'm going to click it off and click it back on. All right, next highest note. I'm going to move that over one. Well, first of all, make sure I'm on 32nd note. Move it over one, then erase the first one. The next one, move that over, erase it. You see what I'm doing here? I'm spreading the notes out. And scroll up, make sure, because some of these chords are 8, 9 notes. You just make sure that you're nice and spread out. Okay. Then click that off and you hit play. Say you want a faster arpeggio. You just turn your speed up. And you sample it. If you need something that fast. If you need something a slower type of arpeggio, and then you would sample that. Depending on the tempo of your song. Now let's put that back to the way it was. Drum grid. Okay, that's there, the first one. That back, erase it, back, erase it. You can do all your chords like that, depending if you want them arpeggiated or you just want them straight. Let's see if that sounds right. See, I missed something there. So I gotta make sure, okay. Go way back up. But yeah, but that's how you do like broken chords. You know, if you want it broken a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want it perfect. Now, the reason why it's staccato like that is because when I originally set it up in the step edit, I set it for a certain duration. So what you have to do when you put it back to how it was, you open your event list, and you'll notice the duration of all these other ones are 5, 172. The staccato one is 0 and 48. So I got to change this to 5. So all notes are 5, and then 172. Bingo. Now also set this up another way. See, that was from C to B. That was a C to B progression, chromatically. I also did a G to F, and that was to keep the C kind of in the center. So basically, the way this works, this is the G below the C I used. The A flat, the A, the B flat, and the B below the C. Now the C is in the middle. Then I went D flat, D, E flat, E, F, F sharp above that C. So if you can imagine, instead of going chromatically from C to B, I went from G to F sharp with the C in the middle. That's just, you know, just another way I set it up. Let me see. Another way I set it up was I also set it up in the cycle of fourths or fifths. If you know what that is, that's I did it from B to G sharp. I mean F sharp, G flat. So it's just in fourths: B, E, A, D, G, C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, F sharp. And that was just for me for doing key changes and just knowing my where I am in the circle, fourths, fifths. That just helps me out. Not, I mean, you have to do that. If I can just move around in fourths. Like I said, that's just for key changes for me, you know, in fourths, and because basically all these chords are the same going across, but they're in different keys. It makes sense to me. It might make sense if you get deep into theory, but that's just another way that I set it up. Well, I'm gonna try to keep this short. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do like chord sets or whatever. Might leave that up to you guys. But this is how you go about doing that. Doing the advanced jacking thing. I threw something together real quick. Let me see. Where is that at? Select song. Make sure I had this right. Just using the I threw this together just using the you know, the chords, and they're just on they're on at the top of each bar, so there's 16 chords. It's a 16 bar little loop here. It's just 16 chords, just straight, and there's a couple things that little side things that I showed you, like the transposing and the arpeggio that I just threw in there, and I'll just note them real quick. But here it goes.
J-A-D-A, I got beef with the feds and the DA. I got footage of the game, press replay. I got bitches in the club all over me. Mine take it easy, and y'all scared I can tell that I'ma get bucks like Milwaukee, cause like Sam I can sell. I'm that nigga, y'all know that. Bang you in the yard, then slide off on the early go back. In the streets I flash the cannon like Kodak, and I spray threes, so say cheese. Already told you I'm looking for enemies. Double R, so of course it's better. I love cornrows and Farrah Fawcett feathers. It's a message in a glass bottle, read the letter. Money in the bank, membership, visa, sweaters, and we ride or D-I-E together. J-A-D-A, I got beef with the feds and the DA. I got footage of the game, press replay. I got bitches in the club all over me. Mine take it easy, and y'all scared I can tell that I'ma get bucks like Milwaukee, cause like Sam I can sell. I'm that nigga, y'all know that. Bang you in the yard, then slide off on the early go back. In the streets I flash the cannon like Kodak, and I spray threes, so say cheese. Already told you I'm looking for enemies. Double R, so of course it's better. I love cornrows and Farrah Fawcett feathers. It's a message in the glass bottle, read the letter. Money in the bank, membership, visa, sweaters, and we ride or P-I-E together.
Okay, I threw that together real quick, just to show you what can be done. All those chords were in the key of C, and I just randomly picked out chords that I liked. I didn't try to put together a progression. You know, ripped the chord book out and played, boom, I like that, and they're all in the key of C, so they're all relative, and just randomly, and they'll just fit. But let me go back here to 16, see if you can hear what I did here. I did the arpeggio thing. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'll just leave the guitar track thing in there. So hopefully you heard that. It's just an arpeggio. It's like I showed you. I just changed some, spiced it up a little different. I got the guitar doing that, and I think, the pizzicato strings. Where are they at? There you go. So that's that. I also did a transposition on a chord. Let me see. The regular strings sound like this. Bar 12, measure 12. And what I did, because the guitar was doubling the strings pretty much, I wanted it to sound thicker right there. So where's that at? I took it down an octave. Took the guitar down an octave. And strings like strings that. Well, I can't hear that. Okay, here we go. Actually, the pizzicato and the guitars on the same track, so the pizzicato ones were transposed too. But it makes that chord sound fatter and thicker. So those are pretty much the two little things that I threw in there from the advanced jacking, with the transposition of chords that you want to transpose, and arpeggios for those same chords. You can also, if you're jacking a keyboard or a module, something coming from outside the MV, you can also use a sustain pedal. So just be aware of that. You can still sustain notes if you need to. So maybe about 23 minutes in, I think I'm out. Also, it's a real good thing with these chords. When you're going through modules and stuff, especially like arpeggiated like sounds and stuff, you can get some real nice sounds and effects out of stuff that's arpeggiated in your modules and whatnot. Just real strange stuff. Just clicking through sounds with these chords. You're changing them on your modules or whatever while the chord progressions are playing. You'll get all kind of ideas in your head. Like I said, you resample them, put them on pads, start creating songs and whatnot. So let me play this and then I'll be out. Oops, take it to the top.
J-A-D-A, I got beef with the fans and the DA. I got footage of the game, press replay. I got bitches in the club all over me. Mine, take it easy. And y'all scared, I can tell that I'ma get bucks like Milwaukee, cause like Sam, I can sell. I'm that nigga, y'all know that. Bag you in the yard, then slide off on the early go back. In the streets, I flash the cannon like Kodak. And I spray threes, so say cheese. Already told you I'm looking for enemies. Double R, so of course it's better. I love cornrows and Farrah Fawcett peppers. It's a message in a glass bottle, read the letter. Money in the bank, membership, visa, sweaters, and we ride or D-I-E together. J-A-D-A, I got beef with the feds and the DA. I got footage of the game, press replay. I got bitches in the club all over me. Mine, take it easy. And y'all y'all scared, I can tell that I'ma get bucks like Milwaukee, cause like Sam, I can sell. I'm that nigga, y'all know that. Bang you in the yard, then slide off on the early go back. In the streets, I flash the cannon like Kodak, and I spray threes, so safe cheese. Already told you I'm looking for enemies. Double R, so of course it's better. I love cornrows and Farrah Fawcett feathers. It's a message in a glass bottle, read the letter. Money in the bank, membership, visa, sweaters, and we ride on D.I.E. together. J-A-D-A. I got beef with the feds and the D.A. I got footage of the game, press replay. I got bitches in the club all over me. Mine, take it easy. And y'all scared, I can tell that I'ma get bucks like Milwaukee, cause like Sam, I can sell. I'm that nigga, y'all know that. Bang you in the yard, then slide off on the early go back. In the streets, I flash the cannon like Kodak, and I spray threes, so fake cheese. Already told you I'm looking for enemies. Double R, so of course it's better. I love cornrows and Farrah Fawcett feathers. It's a message in a glass bottle, read the letter. Money in the bank, membership, visa, sweaters, and we ride on D.I.E. together. J-A-D-A. I got beef with the feds and the D.A. I got footage of the game, press replay. I got bitches in the club all over me. Mine, take it easy. And y'all scared, I can tell that I'ma get bucks like Milwaukee, cause like Sam, I can sell. I'm that nigga, y'all know that. Bang you in the yard, then slide off on the early go back. In the streets, I flash the cannon like Kodak, and I spray threes, so fake cheese. Already told you I'm looking for enemies. Double R, so of course it's better. I love cornrows and Farrah Fawcett feathers. It's a message in a glass bottle, read the letter. Money in the bank, membership, visa, sweaters, and we ride on D.I.E. together.
Waxing them out.